Hi everyone, this is Kelly. I am here to talk about my one thing that could keep me afraid, and so I decided for this reason to record the video so that I can come back and watch it later, maybe at a time where I don't feel confident or whether it could be a bad day or I'm really listening to that fear. I think fears are very hard to say no to listening. They just somehow wrap us up. And so I really liked that part in the video for today, the how to fail miserably and still be a diamond. I really liked how she began with fear and adding breath into that in order to create excitement instead of fear, because the two are so closely linked. So I think that's why when we're the most excited, sometimes we get the most fearful. So I really tried to narrow down what that is. I thought it would be something along the line of, oh, I'm afraid of this being another MLM, or the negative connotations that could come with that. And surprisingly, I'm not really afraid of that. I think that's because there are other people in my circle who have done MLMs, not necessarily oils. In fact, I think I'm the only one who really knows anything about essential oils. Kind of why I wanted to make this a business, because I want them to trust me and use it for their families so they can be healthy too. But no, but I've actually seen a friend of mine make a full-time living using Advocare, and I looked at that for a brief second and I couldn't believe in the product because there were so many chemicals and everything. That's why I love and always have loved essential oils. But I'm not afraid of that connotation. I've realized, actually, soul searching wise, I think I'm most afraid of myself, actually, of my personality. And that's a hard thing to be afraid of. It's a hard thing to admit that you're afraid of your own personality when it comes to something like this, because you're not just selling the product that kind of sells itself. The thing you're really selling is why should they buy from you and not from someone else. And there's that fear in there, but also there's a fear of my personality overwhelming the other person. I really have that fear very strongly because I think it's a social anxiety thing. There are times where I have been known for being really intense about certain things, and in our circle of friends, people know me more as like a hippie who kind of does her own thing. I've always sort of been known for that. Maybe it's our California upbringing coming into Texas. There's some of that. We identify more with that culture, but a lot of my friends look at that as, oh, this is another crazy thing that Crazy Kelly is doing. And I also am known for being very busy, and I don't want friends of mine who might already be overwhelmed by oils to be overwhelmed by me selling them the oils. I don't want them to feel like this is only something people with lots of knowledge can do. Um, and I think I'm also worried that deep down that I'm not a leader. That's another part of my personality that I hope to confront. I've always been shy of being a leader, and I like small groups. I get very, very overwhelmed in large groups. I actually used to take anxiety medicine. Isn't that sad? Before going into any sort of group setting. I think that just says a lot about my personality. It's very hard for me to see lots of things going on at one time, and so I'm a little bit worried that even though I love being a teacher, isn't that odd? Um, that for some reason when I know what I'm talking about and if I can stay comfortable in my material, I don't get as anxious. Um, so I guess I'm just worried about my leadership abilities, whether or not I'm going to get too anxious. And then I think the last thing I'm really worried about is that I start things off very intense, and I'm worried that I won't have the patience to see it through. I'm sometimes known, maybe this is in my own head too, but as a sprinter, where I have a lot of strength at the beginning, but I don't stay the course. And my only other experience with MLM self-employment things have been Mary Kay in college. Went really, really badly, poorly, however you say that grammatically. I spent a lot of money and didn't get any back because I kept wanting to give all of the things to my friends and I couldn't bear to charge them for it. It's a different setup there. You know, obviously you don't order from the company like you do with Young Living. So that was my only other experience, and it wasn't a great one, not because of the MLM, but because of me. I didn't feel like a leader, and I want to be a leader. And I don't want to start off strong and give up. This is something that my family needs, and I think it's something I need. I think I need to grow in these areas. In the How to Fail Miserably video, the other thing I really liked is when she talked about all the personal benefits she received, the growth that she received when she started this business, and I really want that. I almost want that part more than the paycheck. I want to overcome these fears of my own self and be a better person at the end of it. Be stronger as a mom. I think that if my kids could look up to me and say that I didn't have a fear of myself, they would then in turn be more confident little people as they grow older, and that's just something I really want to pass on to them. I only have boys, but if I ever had a daughter, I would really want to pass that confidence and love of self onto her, and it's just something that needs to grow in me. So that is my fear, but it is also a challenge. My fear and my challenge are the same right now, and I really hope to look back at this video in a year and say, yes, that was my fear, and I am a million miles past it now. So thank you for watching, and see you again later.